Well, hello, Emeka Umeagbalasi. You are the head of Intersociety, the preeminent civil society organization in Nigeria. You've been credited, your organization has been credited of collating jihadist attacks on Nigerians across the West African country. Let me ask you, Emeka, what is the latest development regarding the attacks, because we heard reports that about 100 Christians have so far been killed a few days ago. What is the latest development on the ground?
That is exactly the latest development. In the past 76 days, or from 10th of August to Sunday, being yesterday, being 26th of October 2025, according to our monitoring and tracking using primary and secondary sources, we have established a statistical conclusion indicating that not less than 100 defenseless Nigerians who are of Christian backgrounds have so far been killed in the past 76 days, in addition to the abduction of not less than 120. And all these are perpetrated by jihadists, especially Fulani-led jihadist Fulani militants that accounted for not less than 80 killings and not less than 110 abductions, while the rest were credited to the Boko Haram and the allied others with the stronghold in the northeast, who are responsible for killing of the remaining 20 other Christians and the abduction of not less than 10 Christians. So that is the
Now,
statistic.
Emeka, yes. Emeka, my question to you is how widespread is this killings? Because there have been reports of disputes by public officials who say that it's not only Christians who are being killed, but Nigerians in general are being killed.
And those public officials that say so, does it not translate to express indictment on their part? Does it not translate to the fact that if it is in a serious-minded country, those public officials are supposed to have resigned from their positions? You know, when we talk of freedom of religion and the worship, freedom of religion and worship all over the world are not restricted to Christians alone. It is a simple and a right of every member of human family to worship religion of his or her choice peacefully, non-violently, and under which the state is obligated to protect that religion of his or her choice, as well as sacred places of worship or sacred places where such a religion is being worshipped, like churches and mosques. So if the officials of Nigerian government are saying, oh, it's not only Christians that are being killed, Muslims are also being killed, without even going into disproportion or proportionate part of it, comparative analysis of which of the religious body or entity suffers the worst case scenario, we can conclude safely and correctly that by this kind of position of Nigerian government officials is expressing means an admission of guilt. It expressly means that the Nigerian government has accepted that the country is being ravaged by religious persecution.
Now, Emeka, how credible is your information or your organization's information to collate all these reports? Because questions have been raised about the methodology by which the information is curated, and they are saying that you are inflating the figures just so your benefactors outside the country you could get some funds from them. Your response to that?
Well, the Intersociety is not worried about such criticism. And I know that even from the time of your this thing of the Voice of America, you have interviewed us several years ago. It's not something that started today. It is the inability of the government officials, Nigerian government officials, to understand or their decision to be economical with the truth or try to be more Catholic than Pope that made them to be running from pillar to pole, trying to defend the indefensible, questioning our data, the accuracy and the authenticity of our data. Meanwhile, the same government that is questioning the accuracy and the authenticity of our data has the worst data management in the whole world. The state actor management, data management in Nigeria is the worst in the whole world. A government that has not conducted a ordinary national census since 2006, a government, the same government that issued a statement through the National Bureau of Statistics to verify which the meaning of National Bureau of Statistics. It is a federal government official data warehouse. The same federal government official data warehouse issued a statement, a report on 17th of December last year, being 2024, in which it is said that in the past 1 year, that is May 2023 to April 2024, 614,373 Nigerians died or were killed as a result of insecurity in 1 year. And here, this is the same government questioning the authenticity and the credibility of our data. Like we explained, all the course of our monitoring and tracking of egregious attacks against Christians and other non-violent religious entities by jihadists. In the course of doing that, we have severally explained our methodology. Our methodologies are rested in the confines of international best practices, majorly composed of primary and secondary sources of data. And that is what we use by tracking and monitoring. It is not only Intersociety that has taken this position. Many other organizations outside the country, many other church humanitarian organizations like Open Doors, like Release International, International Christian Concern, Christian Post, name it, different international media platforms affiliated to Catholic Church, Anglican, Baptist Church, and what have you, have come down to Nigeria over the years to carry out investigation, like the former mayor of Blanco in Texas, I think so, Mike Arnold and his group, and many others have been here. They have spent a lot of money in Nigeria trying to help the persecuted Christians, trying to rehabilitate them and all that. And in the course of doing that, they have collected quantum of data, including eyewitnesses accounts, survivors accounts, pictures and videos of places burned down, churches burned down, Christian communities taken over by jihadists, and they remain after Islamic names and what have you. So that is the situation. And again, quickly, it is also very important to point out that our scope of investigation is far larger than any other organization that has been working on Nigeria. Why? We work on our scope of investigation covers state actor involvement and non-state actor involvement. Whereas the scope of investigation, advocacy investigation by others like Open Door are restricted to only non-state actors. Again, you talk of the spread. Our territory, our jurisdictional spread is so much. Our report, if you critically study our report, you will find out that our report covers the entire country, including the southeast, 5 states in the southeast, south, 6 states in the south, southwest, 6 states in the southwest, northeast, 6 states in the northeast, north central, 6 states and the FCT, that is Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and northwest, seven
No,
states in the.
Emeka, let me ask you this. recently there have been issues raised here in Washington that Nigeria should be described as a country of concern where Christians are being targeted by Islamic groups or Islamic extremist group or jihadist groups. Some critics of yours or Intersociety are saying that you are unpatriotic and that you are washing Nigeria's dirty linen in public, so to speak, and that instead of bringing your data to them to address your concerns, you are actually, trying to make the government unpopular by, giving wrong data to the international community. How do you respond to that?
I'm glad you mentioned the international community, the microcosm of the independent state, and also non-independent states. I'm sure you know that the global community is presently comprised of 193 independent countries and more than 80 non-independent countries, including courtship councils, holding, managing trust on behalf of the United Nations by UK and others. There are also stateless entities around the world. And the human rights jurisdiction and humanitarian jurisdiction covers all these things. So as Nigeria processes itself and presents itself as a respected member of the United Nations, and you also agree with me that no country is an island unto itself. So we are all part of the global community. I mean, when you look at our position is not coupist. Our position, we only exercising our right under the United Nations by being a formidable and credible human rights watchdog, trying to draw the attention of the government. It is not because the thing has gone into the ears of the international community that leaders of Nigeria are trying to running from pillar to pole. Meanwhile, the same leaders that are running from pillar to pole, denying what is undeniable, defending what is indefensible, until today have not even been it fit to arrest the situation. Let me also tell you one thing that we are trying to solve for leaders of Nigeria. The way Nigeria is going, you look at in the context of comparative analysis, check out the population of Syria. What is the population of Syria when the civil war in Syria started in 2011? Look at the humanitarian crisis. Ordinary Syria that is not up to 15 million before the war. What is the population of Libya? When the problem started in Libya and all that and so on and so forth. In Nigeria, it's the population of Syria. The population of Nigeria is 15 times more than that of Syria. Just imagine a situation where even the Rwanda, what was the population of Rwanda? We are there up to 80 million. Look at the effect of the Rwandan genocide. So if this country is allowed to implode or explode, the humanitarian catastrophe that will be generated will swallow everybody. Whether you are America, you are Brazil, or whatever, the whole world will be consumed, and the death toll will be in millions. You understand? So that is what we are trying to provide. It is very, very difficult for you to try to force a population of 238.5 million, going by UN estimate, into one religion. And that is the bone of contention in Nigeria. And the worst part of it is that they are John Taking all over the world, spending borrowed funds frivolously and uselessly. Instead of coming back here, home, to address the issue, let me also sound this alarm. This country is already enveloped by jihadists. From our last check, which is a report that is coming out very soon, Nigeria is now terrorized and under siege by jihadists, Islamic jihadists. There's one thing I want you to know about all these things. The question is, who are those killing others in Nigeria? Are there Christian jihadists in Nigeria? The answer is no. Who are those killing people, killing others in Nigeria? Islamic jihadists, dominated by members of Fulani population who have chosen to be radicalized and what have you. Right now, Nigeria has 36 states plus FCT, Federal Capital Territory, making it assembly. I can tell you from our findings that 35 of 36 states and the hinterland part of FCT are already under siege by Islamic jihadists. And somebody told me in the course of our latest investigation, a Christian leader from Kano, an indigenous Christian leader, that he told me, and the military expert, security expert too, a retired military personnel, he told me in confidence that every 24 hours, not less than 5 Sahel-based jihadists are coming into Nigeria. Every part of the country is already in danger. Look at the latest development in the North Central. Kwara, Nasarawa, Kogi, Abuja, Niger, and so on and so forth. And what are these leaders doing? Some of them that are even presently serving as ministers have openly been accused of patronizing or partnering with all these jihadists. Some of these jihadists are being paid salary, are being paid money by federal government of Nigeria. Actually, the former governor of Kaduna State, Madam Nasiri El-Rufai, busted it about 2 months ago by accusing this government of paying, romancing with the jihadists, who they choose to call bandits and what have you. So that's the situation. So nobody can question. They have done everything to try to pinpoint loophole in our statistics. And we keep telling them, he who goes to the equity must go with clean hands. You told the whole world that 614,373 Nigerians died, were killed from insecurity in 1 year. Now you come back to question an organization that has been very thorough and meticulous in monitoring and gathering statistics. We also, in the course of gathering those statistics, we also included the statistics of non-violent Muslims that were killed by jihadists. You understand? To the extent that in the past 16 years, we started working on this in 2010. 2010 to now is more than 15 to 16 years. And we have our statistics. And like I said, our coverage is very, very vast. Like you said, yeah, I remember somewhere you asked a question about how widespread. The thing is widespread. It has stages. Like the one that is happening in Middle Belt. It has gotten to a very dangerous, very
Emeka, we'll continue with this. We will continue with this conversation because things are happening. There are denials, but we will certainly continue with this conversation another time. We'll come back to you soon. We thank you very much for giving us a bit of your time today. We appreciate your time, Emeka, and we wish you and Intersociety the best of luck as you continue your work to Nigeria and to the rest of the world. Thank you very much, Emeka.
Thank you, Peter Clottey. Thank you so much.